They say heroes are only as great as the villains they face. And in Saint Seiya, the villains, oh, they're not just great, they're legendary. These aren't your average bad guys with cardboard motivations. These are cosmic threats, fallen gods, and tormented souls who challenge fate itself. From the icy silence of the underworld to the golden palaces of Olympus, these antagonists shaped destinies, shattered constellations, and forced the saints to evolve, or die trying. So tighten your headband, align your cosmos, because today on Nonagon, we're counting down the top 6 most iconic villains in Saint Seiya. Whether it's for their unforgettable battles, terrifying auras, or just sheer presence, these are the enemies that made Cavaleiros do Zodíaco a saga for the ages. Starting off at number 6, we have Rhadamanthys of Wyvern, one of the 3 judges of the underworld, and easily the most ruthless of them all. This guy doesn't just follow Hades, he embodies the cold, unflinching cruelty of death itself. Remember that moment when he obliterates multiple gold saints without even breaking a sweat? Yeah, that wasn't just a show of strength, that was a message. In the realm of Hades, your golden cloth means nothing. Rhadamanthys is iconic, not just for his overwhelming power, but for the raw brutality of his battles. No flashy speeches, no twisted philosophy, just cold-blooded efficiency. His showdown with Cannon? A masterclass in psychological warfare. He mocks, manipulates, and provokes, until even a former villain like Cannon finds redemption in sacrifice. And that voice, deep, growling, dripping with menace, it sticks with you. He may not be the final boss, but Rhadamanthys earned his place as the underworld's enforcer of terror. And trust us, when he shows up, it's never just a fight, it's a death sentence. But if you thought he was merciless, wait until you see who's next. Coming in at number 5, we have Poseidon, the god of the seas. Majestic, calm, and devastating, Poseidon isn't just a villain. He's a divine force wrapped in a regal presence. When Julian Solo becomes the vessel for Poseidon's return, it's not a case of possession. It's destiny unfolding. The oceans rise, the storms rage, and humanity trembles. But what makes Poseidon so iconic isn't just the god-tier power, it's the ideology behind it. He doesn't seek chaos for fun. He believes the world must be cleansed, purified by the flood. It's divine judgment disguised as salvation. And let's talk about that temple, the undersea sanctuary. Every pillar, every guardian, every drop of water adds to his mystique. His generals, the marinas, act more like apostles than soldiers. But when Poseidon finally steps in, you feel it. Time slows. The air thickens. It's not just another villain fight, it's mankind versus a god. Still, even gods have weaknesses. And Poseidon's calm exterior hides a chilling detachment, a refusal to understand the human spirit, a mistake he'd come to regret when faced with saints who fight not for power, but for hope. Next up, a villain who brings chaos not from the sea, but from the deepest reaches of the mind. At number 4, it's none other than Gemini Saga. Yes, a gold saint. Yes, once a protector of Athena. And yes, a villain whose inner darkness almost brought the sanctuary to its knees. Saga isn't just iconic because of what he did, he's unforgettable because of why he did it. We're talking about a man torn in half, quite literally, by a split personality. One side, noble and wise. The other, manipulative and murderous. This isn't your typical mustache-twirling villain. This is Shakespearean tragedy in cloth of gold. He assassinates the Pope, takes his place, and orchestrates a slow, calculated tyranny, all while hiding behind a mask of divinity. Talk about playing the long game. And when the truth finally comes out, the emotional weight is crushing. Not just for Seiya and the others, but for us, the viewers. Because deep down, we know, Saga was never fully in control. His redemption arc hits just as hard as his betrayal. And that makes him more than a villain. It makes him a symbol of the eternal battle between light and shadow, inside us all. Next up, a villain with no redemption, no mercy, just pure destructive will. Taking the number 3 spot, Hades, king of the underworld. If evil had a throne, Hades would be seated on it, calm, composed, and absolutely merciless. From the moment he appears, it's clear. This isn't just another enemy. This is the end game, the final boss, the god of death himself. But Hades doesn't rage. He doesn't shout. He barely lifts a finger. And that's what makes him terrifying. His mere presence is enough to bend the cosmos. He resurrects fallen saints, invades dreams, and twists the laws of life and death, all with unnerving elegance. And let's not forget his vessel, Shun of Andromeda. That plot twist? Iconic. One of the purest souls in the series, chosen to harbor the darkest deity. It's poetic, painful, and unforgettable. Hades represents the ultimate philosophical challenge. He believes in the futility of life, the cold embrace of nothingness, and he challenges Athena not just with weapons, but with ideas. But what truly cements his legacy? That final confrontation, where even gods must bow to the strength of human will, a villain who rules the dead but is undone by the living. Now, from the realm of the gods, we descend into pure madness. Brace yourself for number 2. Sliding into number 2, Ikki of Phoenix, in his darkest form. Now hold on, we know Ikki becomes a hero, but true fans remember, when he first appeared, he was an absolute menace. We're talking early Ikki, corrupted by hatred, wielding the phoenix cloth like a weapon of vengeance. His entrance? Legendary. Crashing the Galaxian wars with a stolen gold cloth and an aura of pure malice. He wasn't just a threat, he was a statement. This world broke me. Now I'll break it back. And that Phoenix Genmaken? A psychological horror show. He didn't just beat his enemies, he shattered their minds. But what makes Ikki truly iconic as a villain is the emotional depth behind the rage. He's not evil. He's wounded, twisted by isolation, betrayal, and loss. And that pain, it radiates through every word, every glare, every blow. His redemption arc only works because of how dark he once was. Few characters in Saint Seiya walk that razor-thin line between hero and villain the way Ikki does. From the ashes of revenge, a protector rises. But those early days? Unforgettable, unforgiving, unmissable. And now, the number 1 most iconic villain in Saint Seiya awaits. And trust us, it's not even a contest. And at number 1, the crown belongs to Thanatos, the god of death. Yes, that Thanatos. Elegant, arrogant, divine, and hands down, one of the most terrifying presences to ever grace Saint Seiya. From the moment he appears in the Elysian Arc, you feel it. This isn't a fight the saints are supposed to win. Thanatos doesn't just kill, he erases. Effortlessly. A flick of his hand, and mortals fall like dust in the wind. Remember when he annihilates Sika just to taunt Seiya? That wasn't power, that was cruelty. Calculated, cold, godlike. And yet, what makes Thanatos the most iconic villain isn't just what he does, it's how he does it. That voice, that smirk, that disdain for everything human. He views the saints as ants pretending to be lions. But then, that moment arrives. Seiya dons the god cloth, and everything changes. Thanatos, untouchable, divine, eternal, is crushed by the very thing he mocked. The indomitable, irrational, unstoppable will of humanity. It's poetic justice at cosmic scale. Thanatos isn't just a villain. He's the mirror of what makes Saint Seiya so powerful, that no matter how divine the enemy, the human spirit burns brighter. And there you have it. 6 villains who didn't just challenge the saints. They defined the saga. From fallen heroes to wrathful gods, each of these characters brought something unforgettable to Saint Seiya. They pushed our heroes beyond their limits. They raised the stakes. And most of all, they made us feel hatred, awe, fear, and sometimes even sympathy. But now, it's your turn. Which Saint Seiya villain lives rent-free in your mind? Did we miss your favorite? Would you have ranked them differently? Drop your list in the comments. We read every one. And don't forget to subscribe to Nonagon for more epic anime breakdowns, deep dives, and battles that echo through the cosmos. Because here, we don't just talk anime, we relive the legend.